Peace and love, creatives. Today we're going to put the Ohuhu color dot pens up against the OG ZIG clean color dot pens. Note that these up top are the metallic in the ZIG line, and they are not included in the set. You have to purchase them separately. As for the metallic, come in this set. There are 15 colors in the Ohuhu set. The ZIG set comes in a 12 pack. I think I have 13 colors because I have two of the same. That's what it was. I got one in a subscription box. I'll take that out because I don't need two of the same color. And then you can get the 4 metallic separately. I will put somewhere also if there are other colors available in the ZIG and also in the Ohuhu, but I believe this is the only set available in Ohuhu. Now, the first difference I see, I'll take the same color or similar color. Well, why don't we talk about the similarities? The tops seem very, very similar, and so do the bottoms. I mean, this is definitely like a very close to spitting image of the barrel, and like everything, even the way the tip of the dot pen looks. Yeah, so we're going to check them out. Okay, this one doesn't really like click close, it just closes. This one definitely clicks close. On the ZIG clean clear dot pen, we have a bullet nib, a fine nib, and then we have the rounded dot nib. On the Ohuhu tip, we have the rounded dot nib, and on this portion here is a bullet tip, and if you can see, this is where they start. It doesn't post. Does not post. Okay. But we do see where they vary now. And nibs. So we'll cross that when we're trying them out. And also, this one does post. Now I'm just going to open up the sketchbook, my sketchbook, and just do a side-by-side swatching. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go to the back of the book. I'm going to use the metallic purple in the Ohuhu to write Ohuhu. I'm also going to use the metallic to write ZIG. And now the metallic markers do have the same nib as the Ohuhu, if you can see that. But right off the bat, I see that these are much more juicier. So why don't we start with the smallest group, and that's going to be the metallic markers that come in, pens that come in these sets. Here's the gold. And as for name of color, gold. This is the red. green kind of color. Now with the Ohuhu, we have, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dried out. This is definitely dried out. Another dried out one? No. Just cleaned it in water, and I'm gonna see if that reactivates it. Now we're gonna move on to the swatching of the other colors in the line. These Kuretake ZIG Dot Pens come in an assortment of 24 colors, and they're dual tip with a 0.5 millimeter fine tip in one end and a flexible rounded dot tip on the other, which you can do dots of various sizes with. They come in 24 colors, which is nice, and they're very transparent for the most part, so layering can happen, and you'll also see with this piece that I was able to kind of blend the colors together. Not a big crazy blend, but they blended very nicely. They also have the colors on the side of the barrels, which is nice. Every color is also available to be purchased separately, so if there's a color that you want, you can just purchase that color. They are $2 on Blick for the individual one, but Blick does not have every color available. I think they only have 12 colors available on their website. When writing with the fine nib, it's a joy. It's not scratchy, it's very nice, and because of the size of the actual marker itself, it's comfortable in my hand, which is a nice feeling as well. It's not too bulky. It's easy to control the dots, and yeah, it's really nice. Moving on to the Ohuhu side, they are similar in some ways and not in other ways, so let's go over that. As far as the nib is concerned, it's definitely not 0.5 millimeter, but you can get a nice line out of it. Because of the felt tip in its nature, it's going to be hard and scratchy when you're writing with it. So if that bothers you, that's a con. It doesn't bother me though. Also, when making my dots with the dot side of the pen, it's firmer, so I have to push down harder or not as hard sometimes, depending on the size that I want. But that's also either a plus or a minus, because you might want that control in a firm tip, so it doesn't make or break it for me. Also, the opacity on the Ohuhu dot pens are a lot darker than the Zig, and again, it's not a minus for me. It's actually nice because I have both sets, and both sets are complementing each other instead of overlapping, which is a very good thing. A definite con, I guess you can say, is that if you do like a color and you want just that specific color, that's not doable with these. You have to purchase the entire set, but the entire set for 15 of these pens will run you, at the time of filming this, $9.49, and there is a 10% off coupon at the time of filming it. So that's pretty cool, you know. You can get 5 markers with the Zig for that price, and with this one you're getting 15 for the same price, which is a nice deal. Just like Kuretake, Ohuhu has become a very trustworthy name with their brands and with their supplies. If something goes wrong, they're usually 100% available to either replace it or address any of your needs. So although Ohuhu is a very fairly newer company compared to the Kuretake company, they are definitely, they're contenders, and so are these dot pens. I have to say, the ink that comes out of the Ohuhu is not as juicy as the Zig, so you're definitely getting more ink in your Zig markers than you are in your Ohuhu markers. Is that a deal breaker? Maybe, but if you're okay with that, I don't know. I just think it's not a deal breaker if $9 is your budget. You know what I mean? I think it's totally worth it. Also, I realized with the 2 markers that I had that were kind of like dried out, if I just run a little bit of water on it, it kind of like reactivated it. So kind of helped, So now that the swatching is all done, here is the rest of the art piece that I'm doing with the dot pens, trying to keep one side Ohuhu and the other side Kuretake Zig. There are pros and cons for both of them, actually, and this one might be the most prominent con for the Kuretake Zig, which they don't have that many. And it's that their metallics are not as shiny as the Ohuhus. So if you're looking for a nice metallic, the Ohuhu ones are definitely worth getting. Now here I was pushing down on the page to show like the difference in like juiciness between the Kuretake Zig marker and the Ohuhu. And there's no denying that there's definitely a better ink flow side by side, definitely. So you're getting what you paid for, If you're looking for a bargain art supply, you're definitely, you're not going to go wrong with the Ohuhu. Now that these 2 very good marker companies have gone head to head with each other, and you've seen them both in action, which one would you choose? A brand that's been around for decades, with the Kuretake Zig Clean Color Dot? Or would you go with a baby company that is just brand new and making headlines with the Ohuhu dot pens? Honestly, I don't think either way you would lose, but I'm curious to know which one has piqued your interest, or if you have them, let me know how much you love them. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.